Yo, this is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0. I'm actually at in Red Hook, Brooklyn. Extremely nice view. Let me show you guys this. Look at this. Look at that shit, right? It's beautiful, right? It's a beautiful view. Beautiful view. Um, so today we're going to be talking about distraction and how that affects your self-esteem and how that affects your state of mind, which inevitably will reflect will reflect in how you relate to people and connecting with men in general. For example, like for me, sometimes you don't notice the momentum that thinking and unhappiness has on your thinking and on your action. It has a strong momentum. By momentum, I means that you become so used to being unhappy, which is hidden through the amount of distraction that you desire, that the momentum makes it feel normal, that it becomes a normal state of being, which is always looking for never-ending stimulation. So as a result, we have to slow down. But the problem is that when you slow down, it feels uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable when you slow down, especially with me, because I always need distractions. That was pretty much one of my main weaknesses in life is the need for distraction all the time. And people find that cool because you're like, oh, you're always, it means you're creative, but at the same time, it means that there is a constant storm going on in your head. It means that you're not at ease with yourself. So as a result, you always need something to make you feel better. So for example, like I met a girl, when was it, like, yesterday, right? I'm not gonna say, okay, I already said yesterday, but yeah, and Tinder, right? I'm not gonna say what she is, but she was an extremely nice girl, right? An extremely beautiful girl, and what I liked about her was her character, right? She was very, anyways, but nevertheless, though, before I met her, I was feeling like angsty, like something was missing. I wasn't feeling myself, so I was like, damn, like I just want to hang out with her just so I could feel better. Those are things that are unconscious because you don't notice it until they leave, and then you notice where you return back. You notice the turbulence in your mind returning, and you notice the need to have them back. Now, I must admit, it was actually kind of nice. Like I was like, oh wow, like, this girl's actually very nice. I actually like her, right? And it didn't work out. That's part of life. That's one of those things. But during the moments when things don't work out is when what's really going on inside of you really shows up, like really manifests itself. So what I did then, I was like, damn, like, I mean, it's kind of sad, right? I didn't want that. I really wanted her to, call me back, right? It's crazy, like, dating coach. Yeah, dude, it happens. Like, I'm a normal human being. And I do have a heart. But those are the moments that you use to observe what's going on inside of you, to notice why you need people in your life. So then I started observing it, and I noticed myself looking for distractions, looking for things to make me feel better. And I knew deep down that what I had to do was not to do something, but to relax and just sit there. The problem was that I didn't want that. The problem was that I needed a stimulation. And so I decided to go out and just get a couple drinks. But nevertheless, though, it was still a distraction. So then I woke up, right? And I was like, man, I just need to do something that clears my mind, but just brings me back to awareness. So, mind you, I do yoga, but in my house. And because you're doing it in your house, you don't do it as often. Because when you're doing yoga around people, you don't want to be the one who gets up. You're like, look at that loser getting up from downward dog, man, pussy. Like, you don't want to be that one person, man. So you do the whole yoga class. And when I do yoga at my house, I hate the parts when they're stressful, the part that you have to struggle with. But then when you're doing a group and you're guided by the beautiful teacher, it's different. It really is. Like, you feel the tension and you just notice it, and it becomes fun. Like, feeling the tension is fun. And it's weird because, like, when I did that, like, I became more aware. And I began to notice how my body was seeking release of tension. And it was weird. It's weird because when I finished doing the yoga, I was like, oh, like, you're more aware of your body's needs. And I know it sounds kind of corny to me, to be quite honest with you. Like, a lot of the spiritual stuff is kind of corny to me. it may not seem like I'm like, oh, I seem like I'm a spiritual person, but to be quite honest with you, there's a lot of resistance because I still find it kind of odd. It's a little weird if I'm being quite honest with you, but they work, so I can't really deny it. But this one was like, oh, because I did a yoga class with people a couple years ago, and there is a difference when you do the whole hour. And I never did the whole hour because when I'm at home, I don't got the motivation to do the hour. But this one was actually good, and when I came out of it, my mind was so much more clear. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing that more often, going to the classes twice a day, because rather than distracting yourself with junk information, not junk in terms of like shit, but junk in terms of rather than observing the pain, observing the turbulence, you distract yourself. That's the junk. The distraction from the pain is the junk. It's not the essence of the distraction. It's the desire for the distraction. It's kind of like weed. Weed is not bad, but if you use it to distract yourself, to suppress emotion, now that's a problem. You see, that's what I mean by that. So then, as a result of it, when I came out of it, I was like, wow, like, huh. And then I started noticing, why did I need that girl yesterday? I was like, she was actually nice, but then a part of me was like, I observed that a part of me was an unease. It felt incomplete, and I was like, oh. So then another part of me wanted to go out and meet more women, right? And that's the normal instinct, especially when you do this for a living. But then the other part of me told me that, you know what, you gotta relax. You know, don't do it. Because when you try to get girls or even try to get people from a place of neediness, you're gonna break a lot of rules, like breaking like the rule of always texting them, always needing to get a response, and your desire to meet up with the person doesn't come from a place of wanting to be with them, right? It really primarily comes from a place of how can I say this? Fulfill me, validate me. And they sense that, and there's a good possibility that the girl yesterday sensed that. And I mean, who knows? She may call back. She may call back. Who knows, right? She may see this. You're like a little pussy. You thought I wasn't gonna call back, but nevertheless, though, who knows, right? But yeah, dude, like that's one of those things, man. Like you cannot let need be the primary stimulation as to who you choose to be with. The primary indicator as you choose to be with. You have to first find that equilibrium, which only comes through self-awareness and going inside yourself. And so with me, I need to stop going so much on YouTube and distracting myself and constantly needing to go out to distract myself. I find it uncomfortable just being at home alone, doing nothing. Like I know I talk about it, that's something you gotta do. But mind you, this is more self-therapeutic for me talking to you guys about this because I watch my videos on fucking lower volume, right? Without people looking at me, because I think it's kind of weird. You watching your own videos, it's like smelling your own shit. How dare they call me? So, fuck. I hate. So yeah, that's one of those things, man. Like, the need for distraction is a powerful thing. That a lot of people live their lives through distractions. A lot of people live their lives through always looking for the next big thing, for the next dopamine release that you're gonna get from somebody, and they never really look for that peace, which only comes through being uncomfortable. Because mind you, peace is not this, that highs, right? That's fun, like the little highs. That's what we look for. We look for fun. But we misconstrue that as for happiness, for actual happiness. See, that's the issue. And so what you have to find then is simply experiment with doing nothing. And again, I'm talking to myself, but it's more about experimenting with no distractions, with no stimulation, and seeing how your mind and body reacts. Does it begin looking for different things? Does it begin looking for distractions, or does it stay still? And in this exploration, it's not about changing. It's just noticing how your brain reacts to those things. And by simply doing that, you A, become more aware, and B, you actually bring an equilibrium to your body. You feel less stress, you feel more relaxed, and you're able to think with a more clear mind. But that only comes through allowing the turbulence to happen, allowing the turbulence to occur inside of you, and without resisting it. And that's the hard part. Is the resistance part. Is letting it be there. And when you do struggle with that concept, which is not resisting, it's very hard. People say, how the hell do I not resist something that I don't want? Simple. What happens when you don't want it? You try to distract yourself. right? So the pretty much the solution you have to do is ask yourself, am I trying to feel better right now? You observe it, you see it, and then once you notice that you're trying to feel better, you say, you know what would it feel like if I actually just stopped trying to feel better for 1 minute, just for 1 minute, and then do it again for another minute and another minute. And so you're gonna get a sense as to what it is to not resist, which primarily is about not trying to feel better and allowing the pain to be there. And that is, again, the most powerful concept when it comes to dating men, is embracing the pain that's going to arise from guys not liking you. Because guys are not going to like you. Some guys are not going to like you. And when that tends to happen is that if you were already in a state of resistance, you're going to resist it. And so not only are you going to get rejected, but you're also going to be piling up on the pain. You're also going to become more needy as a result of it. So it doesn't just become a rejection. The rejection becomes part of you. It becomes part of your character, and you begin to expect it from people. And you begin to see yourself as someone as a rejectee. Oh, sounding little birds. I always say I love listening to those little murderers. Because birds are murderers. Birds are little murderers, man. They kill each other. Motherfuckers are evil. But they sound nice. You know, the sounds of little... People get mad at me when I call them little murderers. Stop calling those birds little murderers. They're nice. Motherfuckers are evil, man. If they were big, they'll eat us. Trust me. You don't think there's 1 or 2 birds out there that see us and say, you know what? That's a good looking human. That's a chunky looking human right there. I would love to eat them, but unfortunately, they can't. So yeah, man, that's one of those things, man. You have to let the pain be there. And again, so when I started doing that today, like, it was like, ooh, I felt more relaxed. I felt much more relaxed. And so yeah, that's why I'm gonna start doing that twice a day because it's actually good for you, man. And not only that, like, I feel more limber, more better, you know, maybe to jump better, right? And it's good because I play basketball often when I was working out, and it's good to stretch your muscle, but it has an effect that you don't realize until you do it, which is the self-awareness part. You feel yourself more, and you're able to get in touch with your needs and the sources of your need. Sometimes they become maxed and hitting under the rationalization that you just are bored, you're just distracted, but in reality you're just not happy, you're not at peace with yourself. And so when you begin to notice the turbulence, you're going to naturally find peace within that. But in order for you to actually find that peace, you have to look at the pain and go towards the eye of the storm, and notice that, yeah, things are raging, there's shit going on, but you won't be blown away by the wind. You see, you gotta realize that your mind creates an identity of someone who is suffering. But like Eckhart Tolle says, you gotta realize that it's an insubstantial phantom that cannot prevail when you observe it. It says insubstantial phantom, which is, it doesn't have any substance. It's made out of your mind, and is a phantom, which is it's just not there. Like, it's not, there's no real essence to it. It's more generated by the brain. Is an illusion, and you choose to allow that to become an illusion by buying into it and saying, you know what, the pain that I feel needs to be relieved, and suddenly you're not acting, your pain is acting through you. That's how it incepts your mind. So yeah, it's one of those things. I'm happy for it. I'm good. Enjoy that little yoga session. But yeah, I'm gonna be back to posting more videos on how to get the guy, how to manipulate him, right? How to get him to give you more money, all that shit, right? But today I wanted to put that out there. And today I'm gonna be posting another podcast, and I'm gonna be posting it with a buddy of mine, Camille. He's actually an extremely smart dude, extremely great person, extremely knowledgeable, extremely wise, at least to me. And we're going to be doing chapter 3 from Robert Greene. No, chapter 4, I think so. Yeah, chapter 4. Saying less. Say less than necessary, which means shut the fuck up. That's the 4th law of power, and it's extremely valuable because a lot of people just don't know how to shut up. All right. Anyways, this is Alex from for Attraction. I already got enough for me today. Have a good day. And look, I know I started to notice something, that I'm not as crazy as I was like in the last couple months. Usually my videos are like angry and shit, you know, telling you guys what to do. But I feel like when the hair went, the crazy motherfucker went. Oh, that's funny. Nah, that's cool. I'll be back. All right, so have a good day. Bye-bye.